Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be located on this invigorating planet we humans call Earth, I hope you are having a joyful day, evening, or night, wherever you are located. Today, I want to discuss a feature in Blender that we always use. No, well, we don't always use it. A feature of a modifier that we routinely use within Blender when we want to make a symmetrical object have the other half. As you can see, I have a low poly. I was trying to make a plane. I don't know. A low poly plane to demonstrate my modifier with the mirror. I didn't want to use Harold the Cube like so many Blenders user love to do. Alright, first of all, I need to be in edit mode to use my modifiers. So on this lesson, I'm going to be using, let me write up here, the mirror modifier. And yes, I know I don't have to explain what the mirror modifier is. Even if you are a Blender baby, you know what the mirror modifier is. And I'm going to activate it right now. Let me go to my select tool right here. Well, before I use a modifier, I always like to add an empty. That's my personal pet peeve. I like to use an empty, especially when the object is located in the center of the origin, which it is. So if it's in the center of an origin, I love to put, you know, an empty there. So now I can go to my mod. I click back on my so-called airplane. Let me click on my mirror modifier. And I'm going to go to mirror. Now, see, this is where my empty come into effect. With my empty, I can move it around. Oh, well, I can't. No, I can't. Because I forgot to do something. Mirror object is my empty. Let me make sure. I got two empties on here. I got an empty one and an empty two. Let me grab empty. Let's see. Okay. Empty. I clicked on it. Let me grab it. Let me click on my first empty. Let me grab that. So I got two empties there. So let me get rid of one empty. Delete. Let me click on my empty. Okay, it's there. So now I can click back on my plane. Now for mirror object. You see it say mirror object where my mouse is at. Now I'm going to choose empty 1. Nothing happened. So I click on, well, let me click my empty and see what happened when I move my empty on the y-axis. Nothing happened. So I have to click on my plane. I want to rotate it on the y. Okay, there it is. So click on my empty, grab it on the y, and it's working. All right, so now it looks more like a plane or close to it, or like an X. I don't know, plane or X. But anyway, I said I want to do something different. I ain't feel like using that dumb cube all the time. Make a simple make a simple mesh, something different. All right, so we're having on our mirror modifier. Now for years, I've been using Blender version 2.76 for years. The clipping option always mystified me because right now I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna get my empty and I'm gonna move it. It's not clipped, but I'm gonna tell you how you can make sure it's clipped. And I'm using, let me write over here, mirror modifier. I'm not gonna write mirror. Click back on this. I'm gonna use mirror modifier. I hope my spelling right. If my spelling is not right, I apologize for that. So I'm using the mirror modifier. Number 2, I want to use the clipping tool. I should put a little thing under there. I want to use clipping. clipping. Now, I don't know if y'all experienced this, but I said for years, when I started using Blender 2.76, I always clicked on the mirror modifier and object mode. Let me click back on my plane. I clicked on clipping in object mode and it never worked. Let me click back on. See, it never worked. Nothing's clipped. But then I discover, after all these years later, now I know how to use the mirror modifier. To use the mirror modifier, you have to be in edit mode. I'm going to put an X right here. Let me go back to my pen, my annotate. You have to be in edit mode for it to work. Now, I watch many videos on people using the mirror modifier and the clipping tool. I'm sure you watch many videos. Now, they probably said it, but sometimes it's good to write it like I'm trying to do. Edit mode. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or not, but I've seen people use the clipping modifier, and they never, from what I know, they never told me, hey, to use clipping, you must be in edit mode. That's what I discovered. Let's watch this. Now I got it in clipping mode. I got it my empty, and I'm gonna move it. See? Well, I'm gonna move I'm gonna click on my mesh. I'm gonna highlight my mesh. I'm gonna move it, and you see, look at that, it's clipped. And that's the new thing I discovered, people. That's what I discovered. To use the clipping mode to make it work fully, you must be within object mode. Then if I stop it here, leave it like that, I go back to edit mode, and it got that new size. But the clipping will not work. Let me move my mesh. I don't know why. It does not work in object mode. No one ever told me that. So I got it right here. I'm going to circle it. To use clipping, you must be in edit mode. Like I said, Lord have mercy. All these years, since version 2.76, I never knew that. Before I go, I'm going to say it one more time. To use the clipping portion of the mirror modifier, you must be in edit mode. If you found insight into my little revelation that I personally discovered, give me a thumbs up. If you got any little comments to make about how fast did you discover that you had to be in edit mode to use clipping, leave a comment. If you would like to subscribe to my channel for future content that I'm learning about in Blender C, I'm learning every day. Like I said, I learned that little technique about 2 weeks ago, but I just not made the video today. Subscribe. To the next time, Blender family, Blender people, and fellow 3D artists. Peace.